Mantis here with another coaching session. If you want a review, just direct message me. I'll be around. Also, please comment, like, and sub. All that stuff helps the algorithm on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get started. We have a bronze Midlaner wanting some help. So let's just get started. I'm just gonna mute the VOD here. I know that you said you wanted to explain some things, but League is a language, right? And I can understand. I should be able to understand all your thought process based on the way you play. But here, I remember watching this live, and you're kind of just like explaining things to me. But in doing so, you just stop moving, right? So you need to move up and start covering this area here, right? Because if they come down to invade as a 5-man, you can see them, right? So by moving here, you have the opportunity to stop a early game disaster for your team, right? But by standing here by your turret and kind of just panning your camera over, up and down, like, you're not really accomplishing much. And if you want to get to the next level of play, you need to just focus on things like early game invades and other things such as that, right? So now, it's unfortunate that your camera is covering the time, but I'm gonna just try my best, right? So you're AFK for a bit. I don't know what time it is right now, but now you start to move, right? So let's say they did 5-man stack and they're just waiting right there, right? So you're just walking into your death right now, right? And I know it seems like it's not a big deal, but listen, bad players get punished for all the time in League, right? So you have to make sure you don't fall victim to these kind of punishments, right? Boom, you're dead. And then here, Fiora actually already warded this area. It's up here. The ward's up here. You didn't notice it because you're looking at other things, but this ward right here is not a good ward because there's already a ward up here, right? So just try to keep that in mind, especially in the early game, right? A lot of things can change in the early game, and you can really improve your win rate through situations as small as just warding, right? Sorry if you can hear my cat meowing. He's at the door. Right. So again, you just kind of, you're like, honestly, I can't. You need to turn your mic up a little bit because I can't really even hear you. But you're sitting outside of the bush, kind of trying to explain something to me again. I think. Just don't do this. Don't do this anymore. You don't need to explain anything. Just play your game. Focus on playing the best game, and the game will speak for itself, right? I just don't like this movement at all. I really don't. I really don't. Like, you could be. You have an orange support? I didn't even realize this. You could be doing other things, right? Just try to keep that in mind. I really didn't like this watching live, what you're doing here. I just really don't like it. But here, I'm gonna try to listen to what you just said. Hold on. Two-way entry if they gank me. Well, if I'm watching the map. Right. Okay, yeah. Definitely don't do this. Don't do this anymore. Don't try to explain things to me. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. I really just want to help you focus on your game, right? And right now, I'm just looking at a mistake, right? Maybe after the game, you can explain these things to me, and we can have a discussion. Much better. So here, I remember you said it yourself. I don't really know how the matchup and that's fine, right? That's 100% fine. Learning the matchup, sometimes you have to go in and fight, right? I watched this live, so I'm gonna speed it up a little bit to the parts where I think that are important. I like the way you're holding the wave here. I like you took a bad trade, and instead of pushing immediately, you know, you kind of started playing a little bit more safe. That's really good. I like that. And then I think you get the outplay pretty soon, which is why I say you should continue playing Talon, because I really think that you can achieve a lot of success playing Talon. Very nice job. Yep. Remember that. And then now, first blood. So after you get the first blood, you immediately have to have this in your mind of shoving the wave and then pressing B, right? Because it's a good habit, because the minions go underneath the turret and the turret eats the minions, right? And it denies her EXP and gold. And if she is in base for a little bit too long, extra, you know, even 2-3 seconds, boom, 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 right? So really want to be pushing this wave in. Yeah, don't take your time here, right? Like, it should be an immediate thought, like a snap. Just boom, push, right? See, because now that you took your time, the wave, yeah, you see it too, right? The wave is right here, and you never want the wave right there, right? So, yeah, keep that in mind. And you already know it. You can see the wave there, right? But in lower ELOs, players don't manipulate the wave that well, and I don't even think Riven's going to freeze this, to be honest. Okay, so this is another really important thing as a mid laner that you need to start focusing on, alright? This entire time you have not once looked at what your Nocturne is doing, alright? Not even once. Literally. This is not how you play mid lane, okay? Mid lane, you have to be cognizant of the Scuttle Crab that spawns. It's like something 30, right? 30, I don't know the time exactly. But this is an opportunity, perhaps, for you to make a 2v1 on the Volibear while the Riven is occupied with the wave, right? So, yeah, you need to start. And I'm gonna show you an example of a player who uses the camera a lot. I lost my mouse. There it is. Here's Faker, right? Right there, right? So even at level 1, it's gonna be quick, right? I might not be able to even pause it. He's looking at his jungler, right? Quickly, right? See how he's like shifting his camera like that? It's a habit of him, right? It's like, even though it seems like he's not gaining any information from it, it's literally a habit to be switching his cameras, right? And then look, so the crab is spawning soon, and let's see how he does it, right? Okay, so the crab is spawning soon. Let's just slow it down, because this guy uses his camera so quick, it's kind of annoying. Okay, so look, camera shift to Lee, he's pressing tab to see information that he can gain, right? And as Lee Sin, before Lee Sin finishes the crab, Faker already pushed the lane in, and he's walking toward the general area Lee Sin will be in the next few seconds, right? So he shoves the wave in, and he has TP, channels his back. But yeah, he's playing towards Lee Sin's side, right? And he's helping him, right? And even, I know I'm skipping ahead, But look, he's looking, right? He's looking with his eyes, he's gaining information, right? So if we just bring it back to you, so in lower ELOs, players don't track sums. Whoa. Players don't track sums, right? So you can even ascertain any sums, right? Because if Kai'Sa flashes down, you can pressure the Kai'Sa. But as well, you have not looked at Nocturne once this entire time, right? And there's a perfect opportunity, perhaps, maybe. These opportunities are lost in League when you're not paying attention to the map and camera, right? When you're only focused on yourself, right? So like they're even posturing for 2v2 here, right? This entire time there's a posture for 2v2 and you haven't even looked once, right? So I'm telling you right now, if you're not looking, you're not climbing. That's it. You need to kind of overhaul the way you think about your camera, especially in the jungle, right? I remember that jungle game you played, like you were not using it. See, now Nocturne has to come off because Riven's going to assist, right? But there's so much more opportunity to even go assist, right? Even back here, right? So like try to look for these opportunities, especially with your jungler, because if you make the enemy jungler tilt, you already know what happens when you have a tilted jungler, right? So now we concede it, even though we had position to take it first, right? You're basically, right now, you're reacting to Riven's movement, right? She should be reacting to your movement. You should be creating the play, making the play happen, right? Again, jungler, what is he doing right now? He's going to get the other crab, right? But look, Ornn is in base. This might be a bad fight for him. He might die here, right? But if you're not communicating that, or if you don't anticipate or see it happening, you know, then let him die, right? What? No, he's a team. You want to win, right? So now he has to give it up. It's fair. But some junglers, even at higher ELO, they greed for this and they die because the enemy converges on them. And here's execution. The more you play, the higher chance you'll have of making... The more you play Talon, the higher chance you'll have of making this play work. I'm not going to comment too much on that. But I would rather you... No, I like this trade. It's a good trade. Maybe don't use Ignite. Maybe just trade. And then while she's under turret farming, then you use the Ignite. And then here. Okay, so with the roam, you really want to know their sums, right? That's why it's so important to have, because like if Kai'Sa flashes down and she's being pushed up, it's over, right? So also with roams, tell you how it is real quick. This is my theory of it. Is that when you leave lane, you have to value it like this, right? How much minion? How much minions, gold, and EXP, right? That's pretty much it. So, how much minions do you lose, how much gold do you lose, and how much EXP do you lose? It's almost impossible to calculate EXP unless you're like a math wizard. Gold is a little bit easier, and minions is obviously the easiest, right? It's kind of redundant to have minions here. Gold and EXP, right? So, for every 1 minion you lose, that's X amount of gold and X amount of EXP, right? And then you times it by how many minions you're losing, right? So it's like for every minion it's 10 EXP. You lost 4 minions, 40 EXP. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is like a little calculation that actually can convert into like a graph, right, or whatever, right? And then golden EXP time, right? And then I don't think you can convert to a graph, but I really want to. It's my theory. So now, when you roam, and you get a kill, for example, one champion kill, it can outweigh, I think, even 2 waves, right? So getting a kill, but losing a wave and a half is worth it, right? But not getting any kills and losing a wave and a half is not worth it. So how do you assess the situation to make sure you're always making gold when you roam? Well, it's by taking in information throughout the entire game, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. When you leave lane partially pushed, because I say partially pushed because it's not clearly under turret, and the next wave is just about to crash. So if we were to be in the client right now and just count all the minions you lose here, it might be a significant amount, right? Get the flash, now back up, right? So I'm not sure exactly how much you lost there, but this is something that you need to really start thinking about with your roams, right? You can't just, I mean, you can just leave, but you have to make gold from it, right? And then here, you have to be playing around the jungler in solo queue, man. Like, your jungler is about to gank bottom, mid is missing, and you haven't even looked once, right? This is going to be something that, if you don't change immediately, it's always just going to come up and come up again, and I'm going to be always addressing it. You have to use your camera to look, assess, and then roam, right? You can't just look at your minimap, assume, and then roam, right? Because you want to go top because you just burned his flash, right? But there could be a much bigger and better play bot side, but you're not even looking for it, right? So it's you're gimping yourself. So you immediately your immediate thoughts is to roam top here, right? But in league, opportunities are lost when you take your time, right? So even a short movement like this, the wraparound, could influence your chance of making this play happen, right? Because if you're anticipating this play bottom, you wouldn't be here right now. You could be halfway down river by the Drake, right? See, now you go, right? Now you go. Now it's a little bit too late, right? But maybe that play wasn't even there in the first place. But how do you know? You have to look. You have to assess. And again, so with wards, you never want a ward. You know, you place a ward, you lose a minion. That don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't lose EXP and gold just for a ward, right? You know exactly where Volibear is. You just saw him. Right? You see him bot side. You see him, right? So you can only assume that he's going to be in this general area. You actually don't need to place a ward here because you know where he is. You know that if you play too aggressively, he'll come. Well, you do need to place a ward, but you have a general idea he's here, right? So forcing the ward here is not a good idea because you're definitely losing out minions, and you never want to do that, right? So you lost one minion, then you went to ward, and then you lost another one, right? So, you know, eat the wave first and then roam type thing, right? So now Riven's going, ping it, 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 ping it. You need to ping it. You need to let your team know what's up. And also, if you know that your guy is doing dragon, you cannot let this wave just walk up like that past the halfway mark, right? You need to keep Riven in lane while she's stuck here focusing on the wave, not you stuck here focused on the wave while she goes to flank your Nocturne, right? You need to gain a little bit more dominance in that. But the reason why this is because you went for this ward, right? You dilly-dallied a little bit. Who pinged that? You? Did you ping Drake? Yeah, you did. So if you're planning for the Drake, you need to play for it, right? I understand the ward now. You're warding for the Drake, but focus the wave first and then go help, right? And then on top of that, never ever 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 ping Drake when your support's in base, okay? And this also just comes back to camera control, looking at your bot lane. Okay, he's at 10% HP, he's at whatever mana. If we fight Drake, it's gonna be a 3v4 potentially, right? Because Orin's at base. Again, a little bit more map awareness, situational awareness will help you go further, right? So now you ping Drake, you don't push the wave properly, and now Nocturne's in Trouble Town because Buddy's in base, right? So this right here is a waste of time, and Nocturne is a champion that wants to hit level 6 fairly fast, right? So by wasting his time, this is your play, by the way. Remember, you made this play. You asked for this play, right? Now he has to back, and then he's wasting time. He could be gaining EXP. He could have backed earlier. Blah blah blah. So now they get the Drake. So your play turned into a play for them, right? Here it's just like, whoo! You almost outplayed super nice here. I think if you had Ignite, you got that, right? I do like your talent mechanics. I'm just gonna skip ahead here. Look for the next part. Trading. Push the wave in. Now look. So I want you to start doing this, okay? Don't look while you're moving, okay? Don't decide to move and then look, okay? Look first and then decide to move, right? So you decided to move without looking, bot lane, right? Sivir's on the base. She has 10%, 5% mana. After you push this wave in, you decide, hey, it's a good idea to go bot lane right now. You click it, and then you look. And then you ping all in, while ADC's in base. So this is the second time I've seen this so far. And it's not the move, man, not the move. Why don't you go with your jungler top side, make it a 3v1? Why do you want to force 2v2 bot lane when you can have opportunity to 3v1 top, right? But you don't see this unless you start looking, right? I really want you to also start watching this guy play, Faker. I'm gonna link you this guy. The channel is LOL VODs, and it just goes, full stream, first person view, full stream, no edits, no cuts, and it even does a little bit of translation too. The guy does a little bit of translation here and there, right? And just watch him play, right? But Faker, right? Faker, mid laners, this is what you want to see, right? See how he plays, see how he uses his camera, right? And this is the quickest, fastest way you'll improve, right? Emulating the pros, right? In your mind, you're the pro, I'm emulating the pro, this is easy for you. And everything this guy does should be easy for you. And you should have that mentality always, right? Skipping ahead here. You're just out trading. It's very nice, man. I like your talent. Like I said, he died. As you said before, you don't really know the matchup, right? And then Nocturne dies, right? So it's like this entire time Nocturne's fighting right here. Boom! You should immediately look. Volibear's fighting Nocturne. 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 You know? You have no idea this is happening. You just have no fucking clue. I don't mean to be rude, but it's the habit of pressing those buttons, looking, right? You could have saved this guy, right? And these are all the opportunities that add up and stack up, right? And that's why you're kind of like feeling kind of confused, or I don't know what to do in the mid slash late game. Part of the reason why is you kind of don't even know what to do in the early game a little bit, right? Where your strength is being able to outplay your opponent 1v1. And here it's execution. I'm not gonna comment on that. It's on you to look at it, review it. Okay, what could I have done better? Maybe try to dodge the Riven stun, or there's a specific trade here, right? Boom, right here. She stuns you under turret, and you get 2 turret shots, right? That's all execution, all execution. Look at it yourself, look at it later. If you don't, you don't. But that's how you get better, right? Okay, oh, camera. There you go, use the camera. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. I think this is the first time in like 12 minutes I've seen you use the camera. That's not good. Alright, that's not good at all. Burns Mia, ping it. Mia, 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 Mama Mia. There she is, look. Should be quick, man. Should be looking, right? Look at the situation. What spells have she used? What spells have my allies used, right? Is Orange knockup up? Is Silver Boomer, you know, like, what's going on, right? You move and then look, right? Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't move and then look. I noticed that a lot of low elo players do this. They move and then look, right? You want to look and then move. You want to look and then move, right? Even now, you've been taking glances, right? Like, who's using their spells? Like, what's on cooldown? I think Volibear just ulted. You could have probably even been there, helping them, right? Who knows, right? You'll never know unless you look. And I know it's gonna be like, oh, it's hard to do, right? But League is not an easy game, right? Much rather see you here just ult and kill the Kai'Sa. Just straight up just murder Kai'Sa here. Don't worry about the set. As much. But yeah, I'd much rather see you just murder Kai'Sa here. Good. Yeah, murder Kai'Sa then work the tank, so I think that's a much better play. $1,500 gold, you need a base. And you need to hold mid as well. I would ping Ornn to go mid. If he goes mid, you can channel the base. If he doesn't go mid, you have to hold, right? But I'd try to ping someone help. You can't base in front of Riven like that. Don't let the enemies know that you're at base. Right? Don't let them know you're at base, right? Try to base in a spot where it's like deceptive. Is he roaming or is he basing? I don't know, he moved this way. Or it's okay, he based right in front of me, let's gank bottom. You know, it's an easier play for them when you base like that in front of them. And in here, good roam, good roam. Your mechanics are good, yo. Good mechanics. Back up now. Try to even ask Nocturne to hold middle. I'd be spam pinging middle right now. I'd be like, bing, 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 hold mid, what the fuck are you doing, Nocturne, man? I'd be like, that, yo, hold mid, man. Now he has to go, now he's going back middle, right? But he allows like half your turret to be fucking taken. Completely ridiculous. So good back. Got a item. Now your turret's gone because he's not holding middle. So yeah, really don't want to be losing turrets for free. Like, it should be something that you always should be thinking about. Don't let these guys take turrets for free on you. There's always someone that could be holding, right? Jungler could be holding, whatever, right? Here, I think you just outplay here, right? Yeah, I remember this. So yeah, this is where your skills are. Your skills are in 1v1 outplay, which is really good. Like, not a lot of players can do what you do, but you just need to improve other spots now. Okay, you look. You're looking, okay. So you see the play. Easy, 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 easy. Should be a free kill. Flash. Fine. Yeah, I don't want to be dying for free either. Yeah, you just don't fight this. You have no ultimate, no ignite, and then when Riven's sword becomes great, it's okay just to dip. So right here, see how she has the broken blade, right? Broken blade, and then boom, she activates her blade. That's her ultimate, right? She gains increased stats, damage, whatever, right? So, but it's on a timer, right? After like 12 seconds, it's gone or whatever, right? I don't want to lie to you. "15 seconds, right? So you just run away, right? So she gains 20% extra AD, 75% bonus attack range, increased range on broken wing. So every single one of her spells gets increased, and then she can cast Wind Slash, which deals damage based on missing health. So when she activates this, you just dip, right? Don't go in without your ultimate. Just dip, dip, dip. Die to a minion auto attack. It's this death is not fine. This is not okay, right? If you want to climb in solo queue, you don't do this play ever, right? Because right now, the game's in your favor, but you can throw it away, right? And she got the bonus bounty on you, right? I think this is the part where I stopped watching live, so we'll see what happens. So you're pinging the Drake, really good. Sell your refill for pink. Pink wards could be worth plus 300 gold if placed correctly, especially right before an objective fight. So sell this, buy pink, okay? And then maybe even get a red trinket, because you're going to be flanking, right? And then being able to clear all the wards that are spawning for flanks really helps. So you guys are late for Drake because you died. So you died, and then they get a free dragon, right? So you can't let this happen, right? These are mistakes that you just can't let happen anymore. Don't let these mistakes happen. Really want to be focusing on the carries, right? The backline carries. So here, this is where like wards and all that stuff matters, right? So what you do, pink ward this bush, right? Because like you wanna somehow gain advantage in this fight and win, right? So if you do pink this bush, they have no vision here, and they have to use auto attacks to kill it, right? But if they're using auto attacks to kill it, they're not using auto attacks on you guys, and that's really good. And then up here, this spot is kind of this is like a situation where, like, with more experience, you'll understand and know what to do. But there might be merit in just jumping over this wall while the Ornn is knocking up Kai'Sa, ulting, and then killing her, right? You kind of just waited and killed the set, but she got knocked up twice, right? You could have went in and killed her, right? But your camera's kind of not in the right position to see the exact play happening. but there's definitely a spot that you missed to kill Kaisa and probably even Riven as well, right? Killing Set here is not the move. You want to kill them all, really. You could have came out way more ahead here, and now the enemies are coming back into the game a little bit. So yeah, this is a really important fight that you need to really think about. Perhaps even look at it in the client, and then pan the camera up and see exactly what's going on. And it just leads back to me saying, like, get used to camera control, right? And then try to move your face cam down here, right here. Move your face cam right here so I can see the time, because this is bothering me a bit. So itemization, I'm not sure what the best build is for Talon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think itemization is situational. So I'm not going to comment on that right now unless I get a little bit more research. I don't want to give you the wrong information. I remember watching this live when you just had to start holding top lane, right? So like this point, the game shouldn't be this close, okay? You should be way more ahead, and they should have less kills, and you guys should be crushing. You should be, yeah. That's why I like to focus on early game in solo queue, because when it becomes mid game, late game, it's really like a crapshoot of what's really going on, and like the correct move, the incorrect move, all that stuff, right? So here you should not have used the ultimate to scare Garen. Instead, just jump over the wall, clear the wave, and then leave. Really want to be impacting the map in some way, right? But holding Garen in this lane is not the way you're going to be impacting this map. And Riven TP's middle because you're sitting top, right? She didn't TP mid. She didn't decide to go mid and shove you top, right? You decided for yourself to stay top, right? And then now you're locked here for a little bit because you don't want to leave because Garen's going to take turret, but your teammates are getting fucking trounced at the other side of the map and you have 5 kills, right? So right here, push the wave and leave. It's not your job to hold this guy in his lane, right? It's Fiora. She spawns in 7 seconds. Boom, hit that minion, bounce. Now she goes mid. This is where the macro play starts happening, where you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, don't sit in this lane in the first place, right? Don't come here in the first place. Rift spawns middle. Might want to hover that. Okay, using your camera there. And Riven dies by. So this is exactly how I felt you were playing when you're in the jungle. Where like as soon as you start hitting your camps, you just stop looking, right? Volibear is literally melee with Fiora, and you haven't looked 1 second, right? Haven't looked. You look top. Oh, you looked. Okay. But when you look, you have to assess and be like, okay, should I be there? Can I help there, right? Like attacking the Grump here it's not that worth, right? Like you shouldn't be here in this area, right? You should have left so long ago, right? You need your talent. Go around the map, jump around, go behind enemy lines, kill them, right? Like don't sit in the side lane and just farm Grump. This is not the move, bro. But it's like how do you like learn these situations, right? Like once you understand them and you're in them, you have to play them and make the adjustments, right? So this situation will come again in the future. So now mid lane dies, bot lane dies, and your strongest character, Talon, is sitting topside, hanging out with Garen, eating Grumps, right? Not really doing much. And this is where they really start coming back into the game. And again, you're just sitting top. The wave comes, you're sitting top. Fiora goes to the... You need to be more active. Like, don't get locked into this idea that you need to be in this lane, right? Like, fuck this lane, man. Go help your team, right? You're playing at an ELO where all these players, you can outplay individually with your champion. Especially if you have 5 kills. You can kill Kaisa, Riven, Volibear, set. Maybe not the Garen 1v1, but you're forcing yourself to fight the Garen 1v1, right? Go around the map like, okay, finally, after all this time, you know, 3-4 minutes, now you're out of the lane. Now you're out of top. Now you can work the map. Now you're going back top. And you know what I'm saying? You're choosing this path, right? You're choosing this path. You see Garen. Don't ping him. Sivir's on Garen right now, and you're not looking. You're not seeing it. You just feel like you're locked here. You feel like you can't move. You can't do anything here, right? Your teammates are fighting Garen, and you're just backing. You understand what's going on? You need to be more aware of the situations that are happening on the map around you. It's not an easy skill to pick up, and I know I'm just like being hard on you, kinda, but I'm trying to make you understand as quickly as possible. Like, you should not be in base right now, right? Your teammates were just fighting Garen up there. You could have been up there helping them, right? And now it's like you're on the opposite side of the map while your team's getting ran down. Really don't want to be doing this. So after this, it's just like, I think you guys just hard lose, right? There's not much more to say after that. Like, you just need to stop going to side lanes while your team's fighting, you know? This is the ELO where a lot of players are making a lot of mistakes, and this is a big mistake right here. Just, Dragon's about to spawn. Your idea in your brain should be, okay, Dragon's spawning soon. How do we get this Drake? What can I do with my team to get this? Okay, I can ward, I can flank, I can kill Kaisa, and then we can get this, right? But by going top lane while the objective is up, you're not gaining much, right? So you should get this turret. If you're giving up the Drake, you should get this turret. And if you don't get this turret, it's just incorrect movements. And already, I don't agree with this movement at all. This turret should be yours, 100%. But yeah, and your teammates are pinging you question mark, rightfully, because you're making the wrong move here, right? Your teammates just got trounced, and you're attacking tier 1 turret, right? It's like you're making the best of the worst situation, but you shouldn't even be in this situation in the first place. I think with that, I think we can leave the review there. I think I dropped a lot on you, and I think you can learn a lot from it, right? And then the jungle game. I did show you how other junglers use the camera, right? Just want to show you again, right? So we'll start just quickly. There's this guy's face here. He's so serious. I like that. Boom, camera, boom, camera. Boom, camera, boom, camera, boom, camera, boom, camera, boom, camera. Boom. Okay, now I'll bring it back to you, Solo start. Boom, camera. Boom, camera. Boom, camera. Boom, camera. 1. Okay. But by the time you use your camera twice, homies already used this camera 30 times, right? So, you know, get busy with it. Start working your fingers. Start pressing those buttons, man. Hopefully this advice helps. Good luck on the Rift.